class. I'm having some trouble with my uploads. We'll see if this one works. We're going to pick it up from tomorrow, from what we did yesterday, where I asked you for homework to convert 25 meters cubed to various different measurements. The first one was into decimeters. So to go into decimeters, there are 10 decimeters per 1 meter. And because we're going in 3 dimensions, we're going to raise it to the power of 3. We can distribute that 3, so we get 10 to the power of 3 decimeters cubed. 1 to the power of 3 is still 1. Meters will be cubed. And so we'll have 25 meters cubed times, the meters cubed cancels. 25 times 10 to the power of 3, which is 1,000, gives you 25,000. And you get decimeters cubed. Notice I did not use a calculator because you could do all of this using exponents. The next thing is to convert to kilometers cubed. So we're going to go to how many kilometers cubed that is. So we start off 25 meters cubed times 1 kilometer per 1,000 meters. Remember that it's a 3-dimensional object, so you have to extend the conversion factor also into 3 dimensions. 1 to the power of 3 is going to give you still 1. So this is going to look like this. 1 kilometers will be cubed. 1,000 to the power of 3. If you turn 1,000 into 10 to the power of 3, which is equivalent to 10 to the power of 3 raised to the power of 3 gives you 10 to the power of 9. And then the meters become cubed as well. You can then cancel meters cubed, and your answer is going to be rewritable. If you put the 10 to the 9 upstairs, it becomes 10 to the minus 9. So you're going to say 25 times 10 to the minus 9 kilometers cubed. So rewrite that in scientific notation. Remember, there's only one number before the decimal in scientific notation, so it's going to become 2.5 times 10 to the, you made this one 10 times smaller, so you got to make up this one 10 times bigger to keep the value the same. So you're going to say 2.5 times 10 to the minus 8 kilometers cubed. No calculators, you notice? Because you're using exponents. That's why they teach you exponents in grade 9 or 10, I forget which grade they do it in, but they do it in one of those 2 grades, and it's useful. It's actually useful when you're doing scientific calculations. It makes you math literate, numerate, that's the word. It makes you numerate. If you don't know how to read, they call you illiterate. If you don't know how to work with numbers, they call you enumerate. Being enumerate is a huge disadvantage, especially if you're headed in the direction of being a scientist. The next one is centimeters cubed, so 25 meters cubed times 100 centimeters per 1 meter. That's in 1 dimension, but we're working in 3 dimensions. So we're going to translate that into this, 25 meters cubed times, so what I should have said, it equals how many? So 25 times, writing 100 as the power of 10, you say 10 to the power of 2. 10 to the power of 2 raised to the power of 3 is 10 to the power of 6. So you can write 10 to the power of 6 centimeters cubed. 1 cubed is still 1. Meters becomes cubed, which allows you then to cancel it with this. And when you multiply 25 times 10 to the 6, you get 25 times 10 to the 6, funnily enough. And you can rewrite that in scientific notation by moving the decimal over by 1 spot, so you get 2.5. You made that 10 times smaller, so to make up for it, so that this retains the same value, you're going to make this part 10 times bigger. So you get 2.5 times 10 to the 7 centimeters cubed. It's literally child's play. But I'll tell you what, I could probably ask 100 students who are in first-year university, a definite percentage of them would have a hard time solving it. So if you learn this one little skill, you're going to have an advantage over a lot of people. Take the trouble, it's worth it if you're going to university. The next one is to go to millimeters. 25 meters cubed, and you know there are 1,000 millimeters in every meter. But we're working in 3 dimensions because it's a volume, so we're going to raise that conversion factor to the power of 3. Another way of expressing 1,000 is to say 10 to the power of 3. So 10 to the power of 3 raised to the power of 3 turns into 10 to the power of 9. 10 to the power of 9 in millimeters cubed. 1 cubed is still 1. Meters cubed is m to the power of 3. So 25 meters cubed times this conversion factor